I do want to bring up another quote from Peterson here. This one, I mean, that's it. This is it here. Talking yourself into irrelevance is not a profound critique of being. It's a cheap trick of the rational mind. Uh,
Yes.
that ties in essentially with what we're saying.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it ties right in with when you were talking about like science looking for proof about the validity of science or consciousness to say that consciousness is conscious. Like yeah, it's the same thing. And it reminds me of there's I believe it's in the book Against Empathy by Paul Bloom, which is a good book. The subtitle is A Case for a More Rational Compassion. So he's not just a maniac, but he makes this point that so many people, and I think we talked about this earlier in the book, so many people nowadays have this skepticism of rationality, and they got there through rational argument and they try to propagate it through rational argument. Like they present all these evidences about why rationality is untrustworthy and why we're not really rational animals, but they rely on a rational presentation of that to convince other people of it. So it's the same sort of thing. Like, yes, you can point out some problems with it. Yes, when we're looking at purpose, we can point out our fallibility and we can point out that sometimes we do impose selfish desires inappropriately onto other things. We seek our own purpose where it's not appropriate. That's all true. That's all fair. But you can't take that to the level of being like, well, then maybe we're meaningless. Maybe rationality is completely impotent. That's nonsense. It's obviously nonsense because you're engaged in rationality trying to uproot rationality. You're engaged in the pursuit of purpose, trying to propagate purposelessness. Like
yeah.
this is the cheap trick aspect of it. Like it's not a profound critique. It's just nonsense. And the only reason that you take it seriously and let it affect your life is because you take intellectual arguments significantly within your significant consciousness that you're calling insignificant. Like it's just nonsense.